our Sunday specials. Residents of Mende Villa Estate in Lagos State are expressing frustration over the demolition of their houses. They insist no prior notices were received before their homes were demolished, contrary to what the Lagos State government claims.
Recently, the Lagos Ministry of Environment and Water Resources demolished sections of Arowo-Jobe and Mende Villa, citing concerns about properties encroaching on the System 1 water channel's right-of-way, leading to water flow obstructions. Government officials claim that residents were notified as far back as 2021 and have violated regulations by encroaching on drainage setbacks.
They have to clear the obstacle on the right-of-way of System 1. It's their own duty. All we have come to do is not let them touch properties that are not within the range of what the governor had given the directive for us to do. If from 140, Mr. Governor has said, okay, you know what, the experts, let them work within this range. And he said also to Kumo, let there be fairness. 60 on this side, 40 on the side of Ogudu, from 140 to this side. That is equity and fairness. And you saw the way people were being emotional about it. Yes, it's touchy, but you can't do something wrong and want to use emotions to right it. It's not fair to the government.
The System 1 water channel, crucial for many communities in Ikeja and Kushofe local government areas, is at risk of causing severe flooding in Lagos. To mitigate the potential risks, the Lagos Ministry of Environment and Water Resources took decisive action to prevent loss of life and property during intense rainfall, especially in vulnerable areas.
All what we're trying to do is to deflood the state. It's a coastal state. The bridge that is running through Okwebi is a massive infrastructure that we can't hold back. Now, we have also saved like 85% of the houses in that estate. But some houses had to go for that water to move and for that infrastructure to be sustainable. It's tough, but somebody has to do the tough job. It's about what happened. What did you guys do? Speak all the legalists from today till next year. One question they will say ask you is, why are you sitting inside Oduyalago?
Here at the Mende Villa Estate, structures along the contested setbacks now lie in ruins. While some buildings were spared, concerns linger about their safety after the demolition that took place within the premises. One of the buildings here demolished cost a whopping 90 million naira, and the resident tells me that she spent 25 million naira to renovate just days before moving in. Most of the residents here say they were caught off guard, given mere hours to clear out as the bulldozers rolled in.
We have all permits you can think of. The estate has all permits, all clearances, all approvals to be resident in this place. Even if there were any issues, there are things are done in a proper manner. You don't just come and give us 2 hours to clear, to move from. This is not a bridge. This is not some ghetto.
This is my property. My property is right next to the fence that was breached by the government initially without warning, without notice. My nanny was standing right next to the fence, holding a baby. My son was in the house. Without notice, the fence was breached. A little bit further, it would have fallen on her. My son and her and all of them had to run out of the house without, because we didn't know anything was happening. And we've been left to the elements. This is it. There's no fence, there's no security to my house anymore. I just came now and I just discovered that even all our property that was left outside, the tap, the gas, the gas connector, everything has been removed because there's no security here. We can't even stay in the house. We don't know when the government is going to come and, mark and tell us if they have completed what they are doing or not. We are hanging around in other people's houses because we just don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. We are unsafe. They don't care.
We were not home. We didn't see it coming. The last we heard was that the government is coming with a surveyor and then the surveyor of the estate, and that's the last we heard of it. Then the morning after, the morning of the day of the demolition, we were called that, oh, there's an emergency meeting and all of that, and we ran back from the gym, and before we knew it, everything, the fence was gone, and we were given 2 hours to move our things. Life is difficult already for a whole lot of people, and this doesn't make sense in any way. It's devastating. It's terrible. It's really terrible to come to this every day, to see this. It's really, it's not what we want someone to experience, you know. So it doesn't make sense coming back to this.
According to the association, the documentation obtained from the Lagos Ministry of Environment and Water Resources verifies compliance, stating that the property or site is cleared from the right-of-way of Odo-Yalaro channelization scheme and are at the required distance of 50 meters to the channel bank. The approval dates back to June 8, 2008.
Some team from Alausa came around. They then stated their case, that we were sitting within the alignment. Again, we presented the documents we had, telling them that we were not sitting within the alignment, showing that we had approval, at which time he says he was going to have his team investigate and come back to us. All this while, there was never a notice, no marking on the wall telling us that the estate was, or any part of the estate was going to be demolished. I get a call some 30 minutes after the Residents Association meeting telling me that bulldozers were on their way and that they were going to demolish the estate. We started placing all sorts of calls to find out what was going on. Fortunately, the Honorable Commissioner came around that morning with the team, and we were still engaging with him, and he was telling us, okay, well, like I told you, we will go and investigate your claim. We've investigated. He brought some officers from Alausa, and what they did say was that the developer still complied with the 15 because they said he had initially had 12 meters, but he moved back by another, he was told to move back by another 3 meters, which he did. So these were the things that we were discussing with the commissioner when suddenly an instruction was given, and without any warning, 2 bulldozers attacked the estate.
Our camera shows the estate rests on solid concrete above the waterline, while the System 1 channel appears to be obstructed by debris and waste, disrupting the normal flow of water and causing it to find alternative routes.
I believe one of the reasons why the developer was given a drainage permit was on account of the engineering solution that was applied in the construction of these estates. So where we are, we're sitting on top of like a bridge. This entire structure, the houses, the roads, is like on a bridge. So because the developer used piles, and those piles is what, you know, what was the foundation of the estate was built upon. And so from the ground, normal ground, to where the estate is now, there's a clearance of at least 8 feet. So even if, perchance, there is a heavier flow of water from the canal, the nature of the estate is that water will flow underneath the estate, which means the estate is not impeding any water.
While the government offers compensation options for affected residents, they insist justice must be served.
Everybody, we deal with documentation. If you want to buy a property, apart from physically seeing the property, you then look at the documents or the permits issued. All relevant permits were issued. We have letters to that effect. Governor's consents were issued. What else can a resident do? If the documents are in order, then you have to trust those documents. And they have not come to tell us that those documents are fake.
The events surrounding the demolitions highlighted the importance of clear communication, adherence to regulations, and transparent decision-making processes. As discussions continue between the residents and the government, it is crucial to find a balanced solution that ensures both the safety of communities and the protection of property rights.
We'll still have another Sunday special.